Hello, this is Dorothy Cresswell from the NARFE Configuration Advisory Board. This tutorial is going to cover the NARFE email system, or NES, basics. Let's look at an overview of the NARFE email system. It's easy to use. NARFE's database is your address book, but you can add other emails too. You have reusable message templates, and messages are personalized. Plus, you can add pictures and files. You can schedule many emails in one session without getting into trouble with your internet service provider. Each message has a professional look with little work on your part. They're NARFE branded. They comply with canned spam laws. Plus, you need little training or skill to use it. NES is available to key chapter and federation officers. That includes the president, the chapter first vice president or federation executive vice president, secretary or secretary treasurer, and membership chair. In addition, legislative chairs and the newsletter editor have access. As time goes by, other positions may be added. The NES process is simple. You have email contact lists of people you want to send to, and message templates with the words you want to send. You combine one list with one template, and the result is a personalized email to each person on the list with the wording from the template. This tutorial will define the list types. We'll send a first test message by creating a simple manual list and a simple meeting template, then combining the two to send a test message. Then we'll reuse the above message by creating a brand new NARFE member list. Finally, we'll offer hints on better ways to use the NES. NARFE has an email policy, and all officers should follow it whether they're using the NES or using their own email system. Messages to all members should be limited to legislative advocacy calls to action, federal employee retiree benefit information, or chapter meeting announcements and newsletters. If it's a message about NARFE business, send it only to your officers. All messages should begin with "to" and the distribution list, such as all chapter officers. Please do not resend headquarters messages, and do not send the monthly legislative summary for chapters. To get the NES, go to www.narfe.org, use Secure Login, next click Officer Resources, enter the OAM, and pick Chapter. Next, on the Chapter screen, click Enter NES, and if you're a Federation officer, you may have to pick Chapter again. The NES Home or Main screen has three key parts. 1. At the top right are links to the email policy and user's guide. 2. In the middle is where you select your message type, and 3 is where you create and manage your lists. There are 3 NES list types. First, NARFE members. These are members who are part of your chapter roster. You can limit by attribute, for example, only chapter officers or only members who reside in Congressional District 21. Saved lists are reusable. If an email on the list changes at NARFE, it automatically changes for you, although there is a slight delay of about an hour. The second type of list is a manual list. In this case, you type the name and email address, and you're responsible for keeping it correct. The third type is a combination of the above two. Let's get started by creating a list. First, click the Create Manage List button, then click the Create New Mailing List button. We're going to create a manual list. In the email list, click Manual Entry for select recipients, then click Continue. On the next screen, click Manual Entry. We're going to create a manual list with a single email address. First, read the instructions at the bottom of the screen carefully. Second, in the box under Enter Email Address, enter your own data, separating each field with a semicolon, in the format first name, semicolon, last name, semicolon, and email address. Once you've entered that, for our third step, click the Use Manual Entry button on the left. Click Continue to create list. First, name the list My Test List. Keep it short, it has to be unique. Second, enter a longer description in the mailing list description. Third, click Save. You'll get a message that it was saved. And fourth, click Manage Your List. You're returned to the Manage Customized Mailing List screen. You'll see a directory of all your lists, but there's just one now. Click the Home button at the top of the screen to return to the NES home screen. Next, we'll create a message template. On the main screen, under Message Type, click the Meeting button. This will insert a professional heading with that wording. Click Create New Message. First, subject is the email header. Enter NARFE Chapter Board Meeting. Second, type your message in the box under the toolbar. Third, default formatting is usually okay, but there is a rich toolbar. Fourth, click the Preview Message button at the bottom of the screen. Preview your message. First, the message subject. Second, you got that nice meeting header simply by selecting Meeting Type. Third, the text of your message. Fourth, your footer complies with industry standards for unsubscribe. Step 5, click the Save Message button, then Continue to return to the Meeting Template directory screen. Now we're going to combine your message template with your list. For NARFE Chapter Board Meeting, pick My Test List from the Recipient drop-down at the left. On the next screen, pick Greeting Type of First Name, Last Name, then click Continue at the bottom. This is your last screen. First, notice the message type is displayed and that this particular message is coming from noreply@narfe.org. 3, it tells you the number of emails that are being sent, 1 in this case. It shows the personalized greeting type, in this case first name, last name. 5, click the Send Message button and you'll get a Your Message Has Been Sent, and then click Back to Main. This is what the message looks like to the receiver. Notice it's coming from a friendly name, which is NARFE Chapter, and your chapter number, but the email address is noreply@narfe.org, or it could be noreply@narfe.net. Be sure to ask your members to add these 2 email addresses to their address book, contact list, or safe sender, whatever their email calls it. Next, we're going to create a NARFE member list. On the main screen, click Create Manage List. Next, Create New List, then click NARFE Members and Continue. NARFE Members includes all in your chapter, but NARFE members who are not members of your chapter cannot be included here. For example, an area vice president if he or she is not a member of your chapter. On the next screen near the bottom, click Only Chapter Officers, then click Continue. We want to create a simple list, so ignore all the other options. Notice all chapter officer positions have a check mark whether you have someone in a position or not. Don't worry about this. Click Continue. Let's review our settings. 1. Only officers will receive this message. 2. Don't worry about those extra positions. If there's nobody in that position, a message won't be sent. 3. The number of recipients. 4. The emails are displayed, but note I've blurred it out here for security reasons. 5. Click Continue to create list. 6. Name this list All Officers and click Save It. Finally, click Home. Let's use the All Officers list. On the NES main screen, click Message Type Meeting. For the NARFE Chapter Board Meeting template, choose All Officers from the Select Recipient drop-down list on the left. On the next screen, choose Greeting Type of First Name, Last Name, and then click Continue. Preview your message. 13 officers are going to receive this, and note each one is going to be personalized with an officer name. Click Send Message, and you'll see your message has been sent. Here are some hints for more effective use of the NES. Use My Test List to send a test copy of each new template to yourself. See how it looks. Often you'll catch typos that way. You can have as many lists as you want, and they can be manual, NARFE members, or a combination of the two. You can have as many message templates as you want. You can use any template with any list, but note a list with more than 100 emails will be queued. That means it'll be held to a less busy time. NES takes care of breaking up your large list into several small lists. Formatting hints. NES has a full function editing toolbar. To see what a toolbar icon does, hover your pointer over it. Most are the same as in your word processing or email client. But caution, do not copy and paste from a word processor document like Microsoft Word. There are hidden codes that will cause you problems. To use wording from an existing document, copy from your word processor and paste the text into Notepad or a similar text editor. Then copy the Notepad text and paste it into the NES editing screen. Next, NES Level 2. The NES Level 2 tutorial will cover the following: how to add a file or picture to a message, more complex lists, and some of the options you might set. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you see an error or out-of-date material, please use the NARFE website to contact your NARFE Configuration Advisory Board representative. Thank you.